in our Audacy check-in. Thank you so much for being here. We're here to talk about Rarities out June 25th. And I have to tell you, as a fan, it's such a treat to go through and listen to, first of all, these new versions of these smashes that we all know and love and have defined our lives. Yeah. And then these songs that we've never heard before. It's like a treasure hunt. And I wanted to know, did you feel the same way when you were going through your own library and your own history? Were you like, dude, I didn't even remember this, or, oh yes, we have to put that in there? What was your take on picking the choices for Rarities?
My take on picking the choices for Rarities was I didn't. so I was at my manager's office, and he was cleaning out a closet, and he found all these old DAT tapes. And but he's like, I don't know what to play this on. I don't have a DAT player anymore. So I found him one on eBay. I said, here, you pick it and figure everything out, and let's do a compilation. And so he picked everything that was on there. And I was like, this is great. The take me out to the ball game thing at the end of it was a little like, meh, but he wanted it. So I said, okay, fine.
Okay, well, full disclosure, I was going to end with that question, but you brought it up, so I have to know. Take me out to the ball game. First of all, great. Like, it's a super rocking version of Take Me Out to the Ball Game, but who's your team? What is the story of recording that? Tell me everything about Take Me Out to the Ball Game.
Well, at that point in time during our career, somebody called and offered us money to actually do something. So we were all like, yeah, we'll do it. And
how much money?
It was, I don't even think it was that much money, but it was, at the time, it seemed like an enormous sum.
Right.
But so we did that. We're all baseball fans. You like the Toronto Blue Jays, or I Cleveland Indians. I love going to baseball games, but I can't watch an entire season of baseball. You know what I mean? So
Too many games.
Fair weather fan.
Got it. Have you ever performed Take Me Out to the Ball Game at a game you've gone to?
I think we did. Some in Atlanta, but that's like a million years ago. So I'm not quite sure, but I'm pretty sure we did.
I think that by us talking about it now, you're kind of legally obligated to do it soon. So I need you to pick a team you're going to do it for soon. How about that?
I would like to do it for the Milwaukee Brewers or the Cleveland Indians.
There we go. We have a contract. We're golden. So my first tease of Rarities that I heard made my heart skip a beat because it was your cover of In Excess, Don't Change.
Yeah.
First of all, In Excess is one of the greatest bands of all time, I feel like. And second, your take on Don't Change, it's like the perfect cover because it's true to the sound, but it's definitively your spin on it, even just in the ways that you go down instead of up on Don't Change and all those ways that you made it your own. Can you tell me about your decision to do that song and how you did it? Because I just think it's so perfect.
Well, that was one of the first songs I'd ever seen on MTV, and one of the first videos I'd ever seen on MTV. And it was just like, it was the song was just so undeniably great that I was like, wow, this is a great song. I tried to learn how to play it, but it was a song that Robbie and I would do in our shows early on, and then we got the chance to work with a guy named Jerry Finn. I don't know. He went on, he worked with Rob Cavallo, who's our producer. And he was such a great engineer and producer. Unfortunately, he died, but it was such a pleasure to be able to work with that guy because the sound of those recordings, like the urgency in that recording is just so good,
I feel like when somebody covers a song, and this is me just speaking as a fan, so tell me if I'm wrong, but I feel like when an artist covers a song, it's almost a tribute to the fact that maybe they wish that they'd written that song so they get a chance to sing it. is there one pop song, or any song, I guess I should say, that you listen to, that you've listened to your whole life, that you think, dude, I wish I'd written that song?
Oh my God, the list is endless, you know? Songs like American Pie. And I'm just like, you gotta be kidding me. It just goes on and on and on. You're like, that was a flash of brilliance. You know, there's some Who songs from like Who's Next and Quadrophenia where I'm just like, man, like Pete Townsend is such a genius, you know?
When you
Yeah,
sit down and you listen to 80s songs, who are your 80s bands?
my 80s bands, wow, you know, In Excess, I loved a lot. I thought that was really great. You know, Clash, you know, Elvis Costello, Echo and the Bunnymen, you know, the Smiths. You know, I loved all that. I was just blown away by so much of that because you grow up in Buffalo, and you don't hear a lot of that on the radio. You know, we didn't get a lot of that music like in a bigger city like Los Angeles or San Francisco or whatever, where people embraced this alternative rock. You know,
Right.
it was not welcomed there. But so you know, you know, so I found this really great little underground niche of people and music and art and books and you know, learning. And it was exciting because it was such a vibrant underground scene of you know, filmmakers and musicians and all these people. We all hung out together, you know, and you know, we all got drunk together, and we all like created stuff together.
I love that, and I love thinking about your take on the span of your entire career with Goo Goo Dolls.
Mhm.
And I feel like in the times that I've been lucky enough to hang out with you, I feel like you have had some of your happiest moments on stage. Is that correct to say?
Yes, that is accurate.
And when you were making, or I'm sorry, when Rarities was made, and when it was put together, did it bring back anything for you, like something that you even had forgotten of? Oh my God, that was one. I would love to hear about a memory that it brought back for you of one of your happiest moments on stage, even if it's not on Rarities. When you think of your bliss, what do you think of?
My bliss from being on stage is when like people, you know, people have signs and things that they say. I mean, you know, well, when we were a lot younger, it was like girls throwing their phone numbers at us. Which, you know, okay, that goes away as you get older. But
That looks pretty damn good, Johnny.
or me. Anyway, so that goes away a little bit, but you know, the bliss of being on stage is when somebody says to me before a show, you know, that song really helped me out, and then you play it and you try to dedicate the song to that person. And that, to me, it's like if someone did that for me, I would be you know, just a puddle on the floor, you know, because it's like music is that constant companion that won't let you down. And it does speak to a very primal part of us. And I think that it triggers memories in a very, very deep, profound way.
Gosh, I couldn't agree with what you just said more. And in terms of the songs that leave someone in a puddle, I mean, for me, I have to say, like Black Balloon and Here Is Gone. And true story, yesterday, literally sobbed my eyes out listening to Better Days.
Um,
And I have to ask, in terms of 2021, like, when you listen to Better Days, like, could you imagine how timeless that song could have been? And how do you feel when you listen to it now? Like, it's literally a prediction, and it was accurate at the time, and such a prediction now.
yeah, I didn't mean it, you know, consciously or whatever, but when I was writing it, because initially it was supposed to be a Christmas song.
Right, exactly. The gifts and all of that.
Yeah, and it just sort of, but at the same time, I think I used a wide enough style of language that it
Timeless.
be interpreted,
Mhm.
in for many things, and it was funny because my neighbor, their kid just graduated from college, and they asked me to come over in the backyard, and they wanted me to sing "Better Days." So I'm like, okay, cool. So I just walked over. I took my guitar and I walked, like 5 houses down, and I got to sing that song, and it made me feel like it's such a bittersweet time of year, I think, because I remember graduating from high school and and it being like so exciting, but I remember the uncertainty of what was about to come my way, being the real world. Um, so I yeah, got kind of a little bit emotional there, but it was fun to be asked to be part of that.
I guess what leaves me speechless about that story is that can I live 5 houses down from you and can you just come play in my backyard? Is
Sure.
that arrangeable?
Yeah, you just let me know. I know a nice real estate lady. She's
I didn't realize you were available for backyard better days serenades,
yeah.
but now I would like to please be on that wait list.
Yeah, definitely. I just do it like I love doing stuff like that because I'll just do it, and I'm just like, just donate some money to the food bank or whatever. Because they're like, we want to pay you. I'm like, I'm not gonna let you pay me, to do this. So
So again, I want to thank you so much for being here for the Audacy check-in. And again, as such a fan, it just means so much to me to go back and to listen to these songs and to experience them with you and to think about where you were when you were putting them together. The one last question that I would have for you is, it really touches on exactly what you just said. Is part of what is always connected with me with the Goo Goo Dolls is I have always connected with, and again, I don't mean to put words into your mouth, correct me if I'm wrong, but there's a melancholy to your lyrics
mhm.
and this jangly rock guitar. And I love the combination of those two. Like, and I love, it feels like the perfect combination of life to me, to be honest. It's this melancholy with this kick-ass rock guitar. And I want to know if you have ever felt the same way.
Yeah, I like that because like you get to slip in and touch on some pretty heavy subjects, and you kind of fool people into listening because you have this kind of like, yeah, okay, cool, you and then like one of my favorite songs of all time is "Born in the USA" because it does that.
Yep.
It's like "Born in USA." It's like this big anthem, and then you listen to the lyrics and the verses, and you're like, "Whoa,
So
this is getting a little heavy here." Uh, and the one song from our catalog that always struck me, uh, that I thought did that very very well was the song "Slide." Um, but
absolutely. And that was a matter of discussion when Slide came out too. And that was you did definitely slip that in, like you said, other artists did.
yeah, but to me, those are the most clever songs because, you can just, if you got something catchy and hooky, and then you're like, wait, make people think a little bit, you know, or whatever, who's like real. I mean, I love Morrissey because he's just so overly dramatic about everything. But I love the subjects that he talks about and the things that he gets away with, because he's such a larger than life personality, and his voice and his style are just so fantastic. It just sucks you into this very dark, sort of strange place. I enjoy that. I enjoy that.
Well, again, I can't thank you enough for your time. Rarities is available everywhere June 25th, and we're all just such huge fans. And I just want to take just 1 second to thank you so much for all the music. Like, I
Thank you.
really, truly thank you for everything.
Thank you for listening, and it's nice to see you again. And we will see you soon.
Thank you. Yes. And truly, in the real world, what a concept.
I know. We'll actually be able to be in the same physical space.